And trust me, if you give them the training and you give them belief, you will give them what maybe less than a handful of people will have ever given them in their entire lives, and that is belief in them. The biggest mistake medical clinic owners make is not training your staff enough to succeed. There was a study done by Harvard Business Review that showed that if I wanted to clone myself, a person standing next to me in a business for 40 hours a week for 3 months straight, 40 hours a week for 3 months straight, would only have about 80% of the knowledge that I contained during that time and would only be able to act on about 50%. So think about that. 40 hours, let's do the math. 40 hours times 4 weeks times 3 months, that is 480 hours of training right next to me. And they still can only do half of what I do. So when you have new employees, you need to remember that and think, how can I get more than 480 hours of training into a person? You have to double that. You have to do 960 hours, 1,000 hours worth of training to make sure that a person truly knows what they're doing in and out. Now, you might think, holy crap, there's no way I'm going to get 1,000 hours worth of training. And that's right. So you need to have a little bit of tact and a little bit of empathy when it comes to your staff not learning fast enough. Now, you're going to have staff that learn really quick and do things really, really well. But at the same time, you need to have a strong training and onboarding system. You need to go watch the SOP video, create the standard operating procedures. You need to create an onboarding training system, and you need to implement it for every single employee, every single one. And you need to refine it to get better and better and better. So, Genesis, as we've grown, we didn't start doing this until late, and I wish we did it sooner. But what we've created now is phenomenal. It's called Genesis University. And inside Genesis University, we have all of our training videos. Essentially, every service that we do has training videos on it: how to sell it, how to do it, how to follow up on it, etc. Everything on every service. Then it has MA training, front desk training, sales training, provider training, clinic director training. And on top of that, we have our normal OSHA, sexual harassment, yearly trainings we have to do, needle safety. All those things are inside Genesis University. So during the first 3 weeks, the staff member, no matter who it is going through that. They learn about who we are. They learn about why our logo the way it is. They learn about our core values. Then they go through all the video trainings and learn about every single service. And they have tests on that with their clinic directors. And every new person goes through that. Every new person across the country goes through that training. And HR follows up with every single person, as well as the local clinic director, ensuring that they're completing it and filling in any blanks. When you want to talk to your managers and your manager says, well, this person, they're just not getting it, I don't understand, I question every single manager. Okay, tell me how much time you're spending with that person. Oh, 2 hours a day. Okay, and you're open 3 days a week. Yep, so you're spending 6 hours a week. Okay, so that is, how many hours is that versus the 480 that we talked about that you have to do in order for a person to learn 50% of what you can learn? Think about that for a second. So I always challenge my staff when they say a person is just not getting it. Okay, let's look at ourselves. Let's have some accountability, one of our core values, and let's discuss what we can do to make it better for them to learn their job. There will be the one or two people who, no matter what you do, they just don't get it and they don't belong in your business, and that's fine. They may not be bad people, but they just don't belong in your business. They can move on, get out. Thank you very much. However, For the most part, any person that you hire, as long as you hire based off your core values and they're really strong and they buy into your culture and they buy into your vision, they're going to want to run through walls for you. They're going to want to improve for you. So make sure that your clinic directors, your leaders, they understand that core values and onboarding training are the most important thing. And that means you, as a business owner, have to know that core values and onboarding training are the two most important things that you need to be doing every single time someone gets into your business, period. And I'm really, really getting in on this because I want to make sure that you guys understand this. Every single person that you hire can become an A player. They just need the training. They need the belief. And trust me, if you give them the training and you give them belief, you will give them what maybe less than a handful of people will have ever given them in their entire lives, and that is belief in them. And when you do that, your staff will absolutely respond in kind. They will work their asses off in kind. So make sure you have training. Make sure that training is standardized. Make sure you write down that training. Make sure you improve upon that training. And when I say improve upon it, send people through it. If they don't understand it or get to a point where they're having issues, then you need to clean that part up or reorganize that part to where they're not stuck anymore and get feedback. We've already talked about feedback with clients in an old video, but what's also important is feedback with your own staff. If your own staff is giving you feedback on your system for onboarding new client staff members, then you need to listen to them. You need to talk to them and make sure that you are providing good opportunities for them to do what you want them to do. Train in your services, learn your core values, and sell. And when you do that, you win. And when they do that, they win. Make it a win win for both of you, both to do the training and then to apply that training and make you more money. That's why we're doing this, to make money. Besides helping people, yes, we're going to do that inevitably, but you're a business owner and a business needs to make money by solving problems. The more problems you solve, the better you solve them, the higher customer service level you solve them at. Guess what? You will inevitably make more money because people will talk about you. And the more that you put into your staff, the more that you train them, the more that you believe in them, the more that you show them what is possible for them and their lives, the more they're going to work for you. The more they're going to want to stay with you, the more they're going to want to grow your vision. And as a result, the more money you are going to make. Very simple. Otherwise, there's no point in doing this. So make sure you're training your staff, make sure you have excellent training videos for your staff, and make sure that you're following up and changing that training to improve it every single new person that goes through it. If not every single quarter, you should be improving on that system until you have a system that is just rock solid in training over and over and over.